Okay, this is a moon photograph from a NASA affiliate, is all I can tell you. Uh, these used to be up online, and then when I called them out about a year and a half, 2 years ago, they took down the website and they gave all the rights to these images to NASA. And I'm gonna run these through. I got this on the clock now, so you get a little turn for every second. It just goes around every second. I got it on the second hand. So this is a moon photograph onto a clock timer, I guess. And we're just absorbing the imagery that makes up the moon. There are some falsities that are in this moon photograph, but they're down real deep. I'll show them to you later in the series. This is, I don't know, it's been a while since I went in. I find other ones once in a while and I just don't reconfirm them. So maybe 10 or 15 that don't match all the other hundreds of moon photographs from everybody else. And the only ones that it does match are other NASA photographs. Also have these same images right in the same exact place. I mention them every once in a while. You hear me talk about the cross, the S with the one line going through it, the dollar symbol with one line. Then you got the 15 mile per hour speed limit sign. It doesn't say MPH on it, it just says it's a square sign with a little bit of a V underneath it. It's not on a pole, and it says 15. Number 15 is in the square. It doesn't belong. And then, like I said, there's a cross that also doesn't belong, and there's a couple images of one of a beast looking over a pile of other images. Also doesn't belong. But everything else so far, I can reconfirm it going back and forth, moon to moon, which I'm going to show you guys how to do, especially since Rufus brought up the shit about the telescopic lens. Oh, that's right, I got this thing fucking going in the background. Rufus brought up the telescopic lens shit, and I got to make some music too tonight. People, you can use the telescopic lens to use looking in at photographs. It's no different than using a magnifying glass. It's no difference. It's inside that. All I'm using it for is to crop images. If I use the magnifying glass to crop images for you, which I could do, but I'll have to put some black tape around the magnifying glass anyway, and I'd have to make a little viewing device just like that $12 piece of shit Walmart fucking viewing device that I have, which he's calling a telescope. That's not a scope, it's a telescope, it's a telescopic lens. So yeah, so anybody else coming to the videos and stuff, yes, of course you can. Of course you can use it. It's just another viewing device to help you look down deeper and deeper images. And what I'm going to start showing you guys, so that's why it's good that Rufus does bring these things up, because then I can talk about them with you, you know. All right, all these little grains, all these little lines I keep talking about, they're all triangles, by the way, anyways, but the triangles, meeting triangles to give you all of this imagery that's in here. And it's fucking banging, man. There's no mistaking about it. I mean, it should be undeniable to everybody, not just assholes like Harald Kautz and fucking Wolfus and Ziggy and these guys. Not just these guys, but to anybody that comes along. You guys, anybody that comes along seems to run away really fucking quick, man. No one will even look at anything. It's unbelievable. And I'm not saying look at anything on my channel, just to get a gist of how I'm grabbing this. I explain it very well. Then you can go look for yourself. So any fear of going and looking for yourself, that's on you guys. I mean, I can't help anybody with that. I'm going to keep throwing it at everyone, and you can call me all the names you guys want. It doesn't really fucking make any difference to me. I get that from family, friends, fucking people on the street anyway, so it doesn't matter. No difference in my life. So all these little lines everywhere that make up these images, that's the builders pushing and pulling these things into place. So you're getting to see the builders, the triangular shapes everywhere in every color. They're not only in the dark colors. I'm just saying that because that's what your eyes will be attracted to first. And then you'll look at all the other triangles and all the other colors. Now you can't really go by any colors on this one because they fucked it up. They fucked with it. They did I mean, the images are correct. Don't get me wrong. The images are correct because I know the images. If they try to fuck with me, like for example, you take one of these images that they cut the color out halfway down, right? They're choosing. So if I go in and look deep, I can go and tell you right now that this is not the system's idea, right? This wasn't. Some of them are, some of them aren't going by color. You have to get down deep and go into these lines. When you start looking into these lines, it's just like looking into the lightning. The lightning follows those same exact lines and cuts out imagery. It's fucking amazing. Once you see it all, it is amazing. The problem, it seems to me to be, is that it's so simple and it's so fucking easy. It's just not complicated enough for anybody. There's not enough drama involved in it. And then there's this other thing, this embarrassment, I guess, that why did we not notice this all along? If it's been this way for thousands of years, why did nobody else ever notice? They did. Others have noticed it. Others have brought it to your attention. All the shit that I talk about, others have brought. You have to look back in history, read between the lies, and find the truths, and then you'll see, and you'll say, oh yeah, I guess, is that what he meant by when he said, the human population can see the entire system for themselves? Is that what he meant? Oh, I see. And then what was he talking about when he said the human population can look into the trees, you can look into the stones, the walls, the waters, and you'll see all these things that I'm telling you about. You'll see the system. Now, he didn't come right out and say feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. He meaning Da Vinci, because Da Vinci was one of the ones that wanted to bring all this to you guys. And there's been many, many others. I keep finding them throughout history here and there. I keep finding them. But Da Vinci's an important one because he's another one. He sold out. He sold out in the end because you really don't have any choice. Myself included. When they come to me someday, if they do, what it would have to take for me to have to be a sellout, though, would have to be recognition, fame, things that I don't want, things that I'm not interested in because they're part of the fake system. So I'm not interested in those things. So therefore, I will never. Why buy me out, right? Why buy me out? I'm not going to make it to anybody. I'm not going to be able to get this out to anyone because even the way that I'm calling people out, if the people themselves, the idols, the heroes, the top-notch slaves, the higher-up slaves, okay, all they do is tell their minion, don't go look at that. Don't go there. Don't go look at that. He's bad, bad, bad. They don't even have to have reasoning. Don't even have to have logic. They can do what Wolfus is doing and say, oh, he's using a fucking telescope to look at pictures on a fucking paper. First of all, if I was using a telescope to look at pictures on paper, I'd have to go to my neighbor's yard in order to set my telescope up and my photographs over here at my house in order to even look at, how far away I'd have to go. So your whole statement, Wolfus, is fucking genius. You got all the intelligence of Harold, Ziggy, and Jeffrey Murphy all rolled into one character, Wolfus, for you to come out and make that your argument. That's your beef. That's your debate. At least come out and you could accuse me of all those images that you're seeing in the moon are, if I was showing it to you on the computer, you would say that's computer hackery. You would claim, and you might already be doing that. I don't know. I'd have to go look at my comment section. But when I'm doing it on the computer, that was not good enough. There was others just like you. There were others that were like you. And that's one of the reasons why I went over to paper. That's what I've been explaining in these last few videos. That's how I got over to paper anyways, was to get rid of any ideas of digital fuckery, digital pixery, that kind of shit, special effects and any of that, I'm not doing any of that. That's one of the reasons why I'm telling people, so you can reconfirm, go online, print up several different moons from several different places on the earth, several different moons moon photographs, I should say, that were taken on several different areas of the earth. It's very simple. Then when you match them up and you print them up the same size and you put them back to back, it's going to become even more simple. It doesn't get any easier than that. You're going to see it with your own fucking eyes. Now, you can look up at the moon anytime and see these images that I'm showing you. Granted, these are some of the far down ones. These are some of the, because I'm going sideways on the moon right now, the way that we would see it. In other words, I'm coming at an angle. So you would have to tilt your head in order to pick these up more likely. You know what I mean? My eyes are not having a problem doing that anymore. In the beginning, it was a little difficult, I'll admit, but it just went away. The problem just went away. Now I see the images that are upside down, diagonal upside down, sideways, backward, forward. I see them all in all directions, and my eyes, for some reason, are not straining, and I'm able to separate it all. So it's really not a big deal. I mean, as long as I look, as long as I'm not afraid to look for a couple minutes, just like in this one frame right here, as this thing's coming around, in that one frame, there are hundreds of thousands of images going in every which direction. I can take you in on them one at a time and separate them all and bring bang, 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 back and forth. And I do that. On certain videos, I'll take the time to do that. But what the fuck is the use, man? I mean, nobody gets it. Nobody sees it. Nobody's even willing to look. I mean, so why? I might as well just do what I want to do. This is easy for me. I set the fucking moon up on the table and let it run through. It's going to be in your faces. All you that are coming in, and not all you, but several of you, a lot of you, come in and give me the thumbs down and then go away angry and all that shit. I mean, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Why would you not look? Why would you not look? It means you're afraid to fucking look. Don't you think about this shit? You know? Someone shows you something and says, "Oh, hey, one of your religious people came along and said that they found evidence of space aliens, right? Oh yeah, no, they can't do that to you. They got to tell you, oh, Studio 54, that fucking area, whatever it is, Area fucking 54. Um, is it 54? Whatever it is. They'll tell you about that. Give you fake ass pictures of what they tell you space aliens are going to be and all this shit. I mean, come on, man. It's one conspiracy after another for all these years. Aren't you people had enough of this shit by now? I mean, come on, really? I mean, just fucking be done with it all. You can go see the entire system for yourself. Another good one that was good on that stuff that was popular was Bill Cooper. And Bill Cooper, too, same thing. One fucking psyop after another throughout his entire life, you know. And you listen to him when he was talking, and you want to believe him. And, you know, he's supposedly dead now. We don't even know if that's true either. Who the fuck knows? He could be back as some other character on YouTube for all we know. Because we're just lied to so much. It's unbelievable. So that's what people have a hard time grasping. Oh, come on, they lied about that. They lied about this. They lied about everything. They lied. There's no outer space. What the fuck is he talking about? Yes, that's what I'm telling you. It's nothing like they said it was. No, it's nothing like that. And we can just see it. We don't have to argue and debate about it. That's what I say, too, to the flat earthers that are coming to my channel. Any flat earthers that are coming to my channel, you guys, that's one of my biggest issues too with working with any flat earthers. Rather than work with them, I'd rather call them out, because working with any flat earthers means that you have to argue with these fucking geniuses. These people are so fucking smart, they don't know what to do with themselves. And they have all these facts of science, okay? It's all bullshit. I know it's bullshit. You may know it's bullshit. So why argue with these fucking idiots? They're the geniuses. I'm sorry. They're not idiots. They're opposite of idiots. I'm the idiot. They're geniuses. But in their world, this genius means something to them. And they memorize all these lies. And then when you don't believe them, when you say, that's not provable, you can't prove that, prove it to me, show me. And they can't. They give you some bullshit fucking story and then tell you that's the evidence. What do you do with people like that spent their whole entire life, several generations, as accountants or physicists or astronauts, right? You know, so I mean, do the astronauts really know that it's a whole fuck show? Do they really know, or are they just as blind as everybody else? Or I should say, are they just as educated? Are they just as boosted up and educated as people like Wolfus or Harald Kautz, where they really believe that someday they're going to get into this rocket ship, somehow make it past the radiation belt, and somehow go into an outer space, which is a dark vacuum and with no gravity and no oxygen that somehow magically has an exploding sun that continues to explode for millions and millions of fucking light years and all this bullshit. I mean, come on, man. These people are fucking geniuses to believe shit like this without any evidence. And then people will say to me, family and friends will say, gee, what would it take for you to believe in it again? And believe that outer space is actually what they tell you it is. Would it take going up in a rocket and going into outer space? That's what it would take. No, it wouldn't take that. I don't even need to do that. You need to do that to prove it to yourself, I would advise. Because if you can't just look around and see that they're lying to you, if you can't just fucking look around, come on, man. Okay, Wolfus, you got your fucking space station up there, right? You got your space station up in outer space. You're up in, pigs in space. And you got it up there. But all these years, nobody ever fucking thinks about it. And I mentioned this in other videos, arguing with my cousin one day. I talked about it. It's so fucking intelligent of us. It's so smart of us to be able to look up, show our children that little fucking dot of light and explain to them that that's the space station. Only at certain times you'll see it, and the light's got to be right, and it's got to be in the right place for us to see it and stuff, and then you'll see it. Nope, that's not a star. Nope, they'll tell you it's not a star. Nope, it's not an angel. It's not God either. That's a space station. It's a space station. You must have seen Will Smith talking to the astronauts, and you see the astronauts floating around in the space station. Remember? That's it right there, buddy. There you go. So you see it now, right? You guys are so fucking smart, Wolfus. You're such a genius. You never think to yourself, shit, at 250,000 miles away, why are we seeing a light there? What is the whole fucking space station packed with fucking millions of lights just so we can see it from the ground? Are there mirrors all over? Am I missing something on the news footage? Because in the news footage that they showed me of the space station, or when Will Smith was talking to them, I don't see none of that shit when they show me outside the space station. I don't see any lights all over. I see a couple small lights that could light shit up, just like you would do on a sound stage. But I don't see any fucking millions of lights, enough for me to see it from 250,000 miles away. Considering I cannot even see an airplane light, barely. It's a tiny little fucking dot, and that's only at 20 miles up, 10 miles up. But at 250,000 miles, I'm supposed to see this fucking light. Okay, that's the first question you should have asked yourself when you were growing up and believing in all your ridiculous space shit, Wolfus and Harold. Okay, the next thing you should ask yourself about that space station, after you thought about that and said, and got the feedback from your professors, and they said, well, Harold, the thing is, we wanted to be able to see it from the ground, so it's all lit up there for you, and that's why I see it. Then I would have raised my hand, Harold, and I would have said, excuse me, teacher, isn't that costing like millions and millions of dollars? And where are they putting all the battery packs? Because this is before solar panels were even invented, that we were showing everybody these lights, by the way. But even solar panels, where the fuck are you going to put them all? You see how many solar panels it takes to fucking run a household, right? So if you're going to run enough lights to run the entire outside of the space station, because that's how big it is, and that's about the size of the town of Ware, the town that I live in, that space station is huge now, according to what they show us on the news, right? And when all your fucking fake ass shit, Harold. So you never think to yourself, where are they putting all this shit? And why am I not seeing it all? It's almost just like when they show us your you guys are unfucking believable. Your fake ass fucking satellites alone, right? The fake ass satellites have been showing us for all these years. They show you the satellite footage. The other satellite's fucking like 100 feet behind the first satellite, taking an image, photograph, video, and pictures of the other fucking satellite that's in front of it, right? It has to be. Something has to be taking that photograph of the satellite. Now, that second satellite, the one that we see in the satellite that we're viewing from, that second satellite is supposedly viewing what's going on down on the Earth and through the clouds and all that shit, which is not face down either, by the way. It should be face straight down to the ground. Nobody thinks about that. No, it's shooting straight out into fucking space, halfway on the Earth, halfway in the outer space. Why? So they want to get it through your fucking head that you're on a spinny wet pear rocket ball. You're fucking geniuses, Harold. You people are geniuses. So they want you to be all convinced, 7.8 billion of you, that you're on a spinny wet pear rocket fucking ball throwing through the vast of outer space. That's the only reason why they would ever have to do that. That's the only reason why you'd have to aim a camera that you're going to spend all this money on. We want to know what the clouds are doing, and we want to know what's going up with the earth and what's going on. Then why ain't you aimed at the fucking earth, you moron? So instead, you're halfway on the earth, just enough to show that curve, just enough to show the fucking light curvature at the end, which is not even a light curvature in any of your fucking satellite footages. That's not even fucking what it is. And the clouds rolling through on all these satellite footages that you see the clouds rolling through. They're photographs of the clouds put on reel to reel. Nowadays, in the last 15, 20 years, they're cloud photographs that are used on a digital reel to reel. So they digitally roll through the sky, digitally, which is even easier to splice and everything than the old way. Because you go back and you watch the old footages from 30 years and beyond or whatever, you can tell the difference. And the clouds don't move. They're not rolling into each other. They're not working together. So we know that it's a photograph. It might be the photograph of the moon, and it could be computer generated for all I know. That's what I was saying earlier. I'm not doing any of that. That's what you should be coming to me, Wolfus, and accusing me of. Not fucking accusing me of telling people that they can't use other viewing devices to view what I'm showing them, that it doesn't make any sense and it's stupid and what was the word? Brain damage. Brain damage because you're using, you know, your words, not mine, a telescope to view something on paper, a photograph on paper of the moon. No, that's not what I ever said. A telescopic lens. I never said a telescope. The telescope, what I did with the telescope, Wolf, is I did video, took video, digitally collected electromagnetic nanocarbon from the area we call the moon. That's what I did with the video. You can go back and look. It's on the Harald Kautz Series. I just did 5 parts that are of the series that are moon video of one night, almost a full moon, and then the next night I got the full moon. So those I'm going to go in on later, and then you'll be claiming, when I go look at them, you're going to be claiming digital picturing. And what I'm going to do to shut your fucking mouth up, Harold, Ziggy, and fucking Wolfus, and Jeffrey Murphy, all the people that I'm talking to at the moment. When I do that with you guys, I'm going to bring you from the video to the photograph, video to photograph. We're going to do a lot of that video to photograph, and we're going to do a lot of photo to photo. And I'm going to show you the photos of the moon that are taken in fucking Australia compared to the photos that are taken in Germany, compared to the photos that are taken in the United States, compared to the photos that are taken in Brazil, compared to the photos that are taken in Canada of the moon. And all these moon photographs are going to match identically. How do I know that? Because I've been looking at them for 2 fucking years. I got them all printed up already. I got them printed on plastic, on paper, and videos of them, and I've got them downloaded onto the computer. I mean, come on. I mean, it's a fucking easy shit. And I'm telling you that anybody can do this. They could be teaching kids how to do this in fucking preschool. That's how easy it is to do what I'm about to show you guys how to do. I've been showing it to everyone for 2 years now. I'm getting a little bit better at showing it to you, but seeing it, I'm able to see it. I was able to see it all along for the last... Actually, I've been able to see it all my life. I was in denial, just like I'm accusing all of you of. I was in denial of it. It was in my subconscious. I knew all this shit. I knew something was wrong with what they told me about the sun. I knew something was wrong with what they told me that I'm spinning around in this fucking wet pear rocket ball. I knew something was wrong with all these things. I knew something was wrong when they told me that the earth was flat, because I'm saying to myself, wait a minute now. So the earth is flat, but I'm standing outside my house. There's hills, there's mountains, valleys. I know that anything that's holding water is like a bowl shape to it. And so, nah, it's not flat. But let's see where this goes, you know? What was it? Another fucking psyop. Another psyop to get everybody arguing and fighting back and forth with each other. But at least you flat earthers had the balls and to tell the people who thought they lived on a ball that they weren't. Unfortunately, it was just another psyop, and without you having the evidence that I'm trying to present you with now, you have a hard time proving that they're not on a ball. What I'm showing you proves, without a doubt, everything that I'm showing you between the clouds, the moon, this, I'm not even done, without even showing you the veil, without even showing you into the veil, just what I'm showing you that you can go see for yourself between the moon, trees, water, rocks and stones, landscapes, maybe take some ice on, and human skin. Just call it quits right there. Just between those things right there that I just named, you could take away anybody's fucking theory of outer space nonsense. It would all go away. So any flat earthers, where the fuck are you guys all? Where are all of you? Because you guys should be doing exactly what I've been showing you guys how to do. And I've been calling the flat earthers out for 2 years now. So where is Santos Bonacci? Why is he not fucking helping you people out? Where the fuck is Matt from Quantum of Conscious? Why is he not helping his people out? Where is Dell and Gav from Beyond the Imaginary Curve? Why are they not helping out their subs and showing them this shit? They should be seeing it by now. Where is Brother Sanchez? Where the fuck is he? Why is he not helping out his people? You know? It's unfucking believable. Everybody that I fucking called out of you guys flat. Where's Jamie Lee from A Plain Truth? He was one of the first on the list to be called out. Where is he on all this? He's not. Government conspiracies, nanobots. He's another one with the fucking nanobots, just like Harald Kautz does. Jamie Lee from A Plain Truth wants to bring up Richie from Boston. Where the fuck's Richie from Boston? Obviously, he was full of shit, right? I called him out thoroughly. Where's Crow 777? Crow 777 was pissed off enough to threaten me and say shit to me and stuff like that. If not him, then at least his minion. So then where the fuck are all these guys? Where is everyone on this? Where's Brian Austin Lambert? Brian Austin Lambert was thoroughly called out on it all. It proves that his model of the world of everything is bullshit, and it wasn't fucking factual at all. I mean, he proved that for himself when he fucked up by offering people a date that was too close to the to the end of the. Okay, so it was what, 6 months away from the time that he finished his series. 6 months from now, the Earth is gonna end. You know, you can't do that. You got to give him, you got to say 20, 30 years or whatever if you're going to try to milk it for all that it's worth. So I don't know why he did that. I don't know what the reasoning was. But Brian is another one. Brian Austin Lambert had every opportunity to take all this to a whole new level. Nope, nothing. Nope. Because the problem is that, see, the Freemasons just being one of the many, many, many distractions, the Illuminati, Freemasons, whatever you want to call them, to me it's the same as every other fucking lodge. Elks Lodge is a bunch of liars. Knights of Columbus is a bunch of fucking liars. The Legions are all a bunch of fucking liars. They're all liars. Yeah, the military, right? All a bunch of fucking liars. Everybody, all liars. So when I'm looking at this and seeing that everybody around me is a bunch of fucking liars, what's the big deal about the Freemasons being fucking liars? Why is everybody on their ass? The poor Freemasons is the way I look at it. They like it because it boosts up all their the mystery. You know, everybody likes a mystery, and they like, ooh, what's he doing? But come on, man, I'm telling you guys, the triangular shapes that they're all making such a mystery of, Trump and fucking Urkel were fucking, whatever, and Merkel, they were making the diamond sign. Or did you see Obama's wife, Michelle, when she was in the People magazine, she was holding her fingers like this to show you the, duality. No, they're not. They know what I'm trying to tell you guys, if they even know. But if they don't, they might just be worshiping the triangles. I'm showing you what the fucking triangles are. I'm showing you the builders. I'm telling you, you can all go see them for yourself. They're not between fucking Bush's legs. They're not between Trump's fingers. No, they're fucking all around us. They're everywhere. Okay, those are the builders. Now the imagery. So the Freemasons, triangles, and then you got all their numbers, right? You have all their numbers. Brian Austin Lambert, they'll tell you that it's the 33 is special because it's that 33 degree parallel on the Earth, all this kind of shit, and that's where you got to be. That's the safe zone when the Earth is going to end. No, people, much simpler than that. You know what the numbers are? The numbers are exactly what I got this camera doing right now. It's at an angle. If I added up the angle, which I'm not going to do for you, maybe some other day when other people come into it, but if I take the angle and figure it out, I'll do a guess for you. I'll do a guesstimate. Coming up from the paper, I'm about 6 inches away from this photograph of the moon right now with this camera, and I'm at about a 9 degree angle, I would say. knowing that I'm not bad at math and I'm not big on fucking numbers, but I'm just giving you my educated guess, uneducated guess. Of the angle. But that's what this is all about. That's what the numbers are all about. How do I know that? Because I've been looking for 2 years and I happened to notice while I was looking that every fucking angle makes a difference in the imagery. So these certain angles, these 33-degree angles, 78-degree angles, so if you take 33 one way and then go 78 degrees another way, you get a perfect fucking angle for looking at this imagery. Then if you take other angles that they're all infamous for, they all come into play. That's my point of this, right? So in other words, it's so simple that nobody even looks. Everybody's, oh, what do they mean? Oh my God, did you see the fucking, oh, and they make a big fucking deal out of it, and it really turns out to be such simple shit that it's, it's like, you gotta be kidding me. That was it? All these years of fucking bowing down to these fucking kings and queens based on this shit? And all of the technology that I'm telling you about, we had this technology. This is the technology we started out with. This is how we moved those 350-ton fucking stones into place as human beings, because we were not as bio as we are now. We were very electrical then. And that's how we cut them. That's how we got precision cutting. Not because of laser beams, not because of saws. Are you kidding me? Circular fucking diamond blade saw. Unnecessary, man. Totally a waste of fucking energy. There's no way our ancient ancestors would have ever bothered with any kind of garbage like that. That shit's all been invented and created just over the last 600 to 800 years, I would say, all that kind of shit. Circular gears, gears turning other gears and making that kind of shit. Well, analogs, anything that's analog, that's all human construct in the system, the real true system. Psst, that has no use for this shit. It's all garbage. So this was our technology. We gave it away. We sold ourselves out. And it took a long time before we got back to doing shit like this falsely. False energy, false creations, shit that does totally unnecessary, wasted energy up the yin yang. Well, everywhere you look, wasted energy. Uh, Turbine engines. Well, why a turbine engine? Why? So the water can run down the hill, go around my water mill, turn my turbine in order to create energy. Wait, that doesn't make any fucking sense. There's energy all around me. The energy that's in the water just flowing right there is energy that I could be using directly. Why do I have to turn that energy into watts and then have this high voltage wattage? You know what I mean? It's unnecessary. I have all the energy I need to cut fucking mountains apart. I have all the energy I need to cut out 350-ton fucking stones. 350-ton stones. Cut them out of the fucking mountain and bring them for long distances using magnetic ability, electromagnetics, right? Electromagnetic nanocarbon system. We had this system at one time. We knew how to use it. I don't know that it's good for us to go all the way back to the beginning to that system because we're so far bio now. I don't know that the bio system would make it in that, existence under that program. So I don't know what the answers are to that, to going backwards or going back. I know that there's probably a better way, 50-50. If we were, paying more attention to our electrical selves, we would be much, much better off. And then now here we are going into synthetics, and we're going into a synthetic age, already several years into a synthetic age, probably 5-10 years of a slow rollout going into it for the next 100 years or more, that we're going to be in a synthetic age. That's fucking terrible. And then who knows what's after the synthetic age. It might get, we might start going through other synthetics. This right now, it's white synthetics. They're white synthetics. So maybe in the future, there's going to go into other color spectrums of synthetics. I don't know that. I'm just guessing. I'm just saying that it's a possibility. So, we do all this fucked up shit all the time. So everybody should stop picking on the Freemasons. It's no big deal. And for those people that are Freemasons that are out there and stuff like that, and Illuminati and everything like that, I don't know if you're being told the true story or not. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I mean, when I got to work with certain people I got to work with, I was trying to feel them out on that. I was trying to feel them out, saying to myself, as I watched what they would do, and say, all right, does he actually know this shit and he's not trying to hide it from me? Or does he just not know? And they're hiding it from him as well. You know, is he just is duped? I mean, he is a 33-degree Freemason, so he should have these answers to these things, you know, by now, you know, being the degree of masonry that he is, you know, according to the way they bring people up in their system. Um, anyways, but I never got the answers. I don't know. I don't know what I never could figure it really out. I was always like, I don't know. It's hard to tell. They probably just don't know, is what I'm guessing. I'm guessing that they probably just don't know the things that I'm telling you. No one tells them about it. Which is all the more reason why they should come up. But I don't think they can. I think that once you're a part of a gang like that, then you can't, you know, you can't leave the gang, not without repercussions. Yeah, I'm gonna start putting some music together in the next video. I got my recorder going. I got this thing set up. And I just gotta make some shit music just to roll videos through on it. Hopefully won't get copyright strikes. What am I at for minutes? Did it end? It's only about 5 or 6 minutes left anyways. I'm just going to let this keep running through. By the time I get to the next video, I'm going to go set up my music, and I'll have some shitty ass music playing in the background anyways. Yeah, this is fucking beautiful. I don't have to stand here fucking with the timer every minute. It turns on its own. It gives your eyes a chance to absorb the imagery. This is fucking beautiful. This is perfect. So I've got a whole shitload of moons. I'm just going to keep running through like this. And I'm going to keep running them through and shoving it in your fucking ass, Harold and Wolfus and Ziggy and Jeffrey Murphy, because you guys have the ability to go do the same fucking thing. Don't tell me I can't do it. Don't tell me I can't fucking do it. I can use a telescopic lens to look at photographs, and you're going to think you're going to come in and tell me you're brain damaged and you're a fucking idiot if you think so? No. People, that's wrong. He's wrong. You can do so. You can use any fucking viewing device. As a matter of fact, this moon photograph right here that you're looking at, I'll do you another one. I'll tell you something else that you can do. You can put them inside of a plastic sheet and will also add crispness to the imagery. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that's happening like that, Rufus? Huh? Do you know, Rufus? You're the fucking scientist. Tell me why a thin coat of shiny plastic on the outside of it, what do you think it's doing? Come on. Magnifies the images, right? Yeah, it magnifies them and it adds clarity. That's why you're seeing the clear plastic on these, not only to hold them in place because they're just thin pieces of paper, but I'm also using that plastic to magnify the imagery. What do you think of that, fucking Wolfus? Huh? You think that you can't do that? You can't magnify the fucking imagery. Yeah, you can. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You all can do whatever you want. You can go look at this. You're free to go look at it. You're free to see it for yourself. Don't be afraid to go look. They're lying to you. They have lied to you every fucking step of the way. for ancestors, over ancestors, over ancestors. It's been a long time. It's about fucking time everybody woke the fuck up. Okay, let's see here. 64, I think, was my favorite. There we go. Okay. Get some bass in here. Let's see. Bass, level, treble, mid-range. More bass, more mid, less treble. Okay, right there. Right there. Take the bass back down. Okay, here we go. Oops. Perfect. Okay. Let's see what I'm at here. 22 minutes. Alright, that's good enough for this video, I guess. I'll be back.